Hello guys, today we will play 5 Minute Blitz. In this game I'm playing as black. He plays d4, I will play d5, the queen's pawn opening, and now he plays the queen's gambit. I will play the semi-Slav with e3 and c6, bishop e4, pinning the knight to the king, and probably my future moves are try to land this knight to f5, or put this bishop on b7. Okay, now I'm thinking of taking this knight, because after he takes, his pawn structure is going to be very bad. And I'm thinking about taking this pawn, and if he plays e4, I will try to hang on my structure. I know he's taking the full center with his pawns, but it's worth... Okay, he plays a4. I have many options here. I could go here to threaten a check, which I think is the best move. If he takes, I take the rook. If he does nothing, I'll take the pawn. If he, I don't know, develops, brings his queen here, I will play... I don't know, if he plays queen c2, I will probably just... Okay, bishop b2, that does the same thing as queen c2. Now I have to worry about him taking my pawn. I could just maybe bishop b7, and after a takes b5, queen takes b5, I target the bishop, which I think is good for me. A takes b5, queen takes b5, I have pressure on the bishop. I could play knight f6, kingside castle. I could play knight d7. I could try to break his pawns in the center with c5. What a weird move. Knight e5. Now I can take this knight because it's protected, but always remember this: checks captures attacks. Do you have any checks in this position? No. Captures, you can take this, or you can take this. And attacks, you don't have any attacks, I think. Yeah, you don't have any attacks, but you do have this capture. And when you capture this bishop, think what your opponent can do. Does your opponent have any good moves? Does your opponent have any checks? Dangerous checks? He cannot go here. He can't go here. He can't go here. This doesn't really do anything. Queen h5, because I just block. Or, yeah, that's basically it. I take the bishop and... Okay, knight takes pawn. And I would really like to play bishop a6 here, but my queen is under attack, so it's best to just move it. Okay, this is a very dangerous position. Oh, I could just take this pawn. I was thinking about going queen to b5, but that goes into this diagonal, and he can play knight d6, forking my queen, forking all my pieces. But I just noticed that I can take this pawn with check. If he plays queen d2, I take the rook. And if he backups with the knight, I could just take this pawn. I can continue to take everything. And I am behind in development. Okay, bishop c4. I can't take the bishop since it's protected by the knight. So I'm just thinking about normal developing moves, like knight f6, castle. Okay, now I'm thinking about taking this, and after rook e1, I'll just take the knight. And after knight e4, knight e4, queen e4, or queen c4. These moves are all available. Like if he plays knight e4, I can also play queen c4, queen takes c4, which, because a bishop is more valuable than a knight, and I think that's what I'm going to do. If he takes my knight, I take his... Also, I could take his queen, which is also good, but I want to continue. Okay, should I take the bishop, or should I take the knight, or should I take the queen? All of these moves are possible. I think taking the queen... No. Oh, I just noticed again. If I take the bishop, he has a fork. And if I take the knight, he does not have any forks. Oh, I just realized this. And also, this is very important. Think what your opponent's going to do. Does your opponent have any dangerous checks? In this instant, he had a fork. Right here. I'd taken the bishop, he would have had a fork. A queen fork. Okay. At this point, I'm basically trying to trade all my pieces because I'm up material, 6 points of material, and I only have 50 seconds on a 5-minute game, which is pretty bad. He takes my bishop, I take his queen, and he takes my queen, I take his bishop. Okay, now I'm pretty much winning because I have 6 points of material, which is basically a rook and a pawn. Now my plan is to just push my passed pawn. Yes, these pawns are a weakness, but I have defense, so I don't have to worry. I'm attacking this rook, and I'm attacking this rook. I could play a5, defending my knight. If he plays, let's say, rook a1. Okay, I'm just playing random moves. And it's always important to create a square for your king to escape, so there are no back rank checkmates. I could play f5, trading a pawn, which I think is best. Yeah. And after he takes, I'm going to take if he does not take. I have 3 passed pawns. I still don't know what I'm doing. I have this fork, but he could go rook d1, but I take the rook. Okay, he takes my rook. Now I have connected passed pawns. I protect my knight. He cannot take this. Okay, I'm basically just pushing. And if he takes my pawn, there is a fork. Wow, there are lots of forks in this game. And I'm pretty sure I did miss a fork in this game. And I could just push my pawn, make a queen, and this should be checkmate in a few moves. He has pawns, so I don't have to worry about stalemate. And queen to g2 is just clean checkmate. The king cannot escape because my queen is right here. And there were a lot of forks in this game, and I had 2 mistakes. 0 blunders, that's very good. That means I did not miss a fork. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I had 18 points of material, which is pretty funny. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.